Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Welcome to another episode of Me Movement on the Mic. And today we're going to talk all things gelato, weight loss, and how you can eat it daily, right? How do you lose weight and still eat ice cream daily? How do you do it? And I know some of you are listening and you're kind of cringing. You're like, Sally, this is a joke, right? I know you're a comedian, but this is legitimately a joke. And I got to say, it is not a joke. Like, I take my ice cream very seriously, okay? Very seriously. And because why? Number one, it tastes great. Number two, it makes you happy. Come on now. Yeah, that's basically it. Tastes good, makes you happy. That's it. You know, lockdown is nearly over again here in Sydney. And let's face it, we all have been doing these three things religiously. Number one, Netflix. I have watched every Netflix show there is, not the movies, just the series. Number two, discovering our love for cocktails. I discovered I have this inner 1930s, cocktail connoisseur person. I'm just so good. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I put the flavors together and they're amazing. So, and the third thing is trying to run. So we've got Netflix, we've got discovering cocktails and trying to run. Everybody's running. I'm walking outside, everybody running. And then I look at you, I'm like, dude, I don't think you're meant to be running. Because it looks just painful. It just looks so, running is painful anyway. I mean, I can't run. I mean, I do sprints, I can sprint, but I just can't run. I don't know. I'm like huffing and puffing and I'm like, gonna die. And I'm thinking everything hurts. Like I was running once and I'm like, my eyebrow hurts. My eyebrow hurts. Like, I don't think I can handle it anymore. My eyebrow hurts. That's how much my body just wants to get out of it. Strength training, not so much. I can do that for hours. I can walk around, pick up weights. I can even garden for hours, but running, not so great. Yes. So going back to the idea, like, did you know that you can actually eat gelato or soft serves every day and still lose weight? And I'm absolutely serious. And how do you do it? Well, I'm going to tell you here. Like your nana, your mama, your teta always said, it always requires some kind of balance between, health and fitness and happiness. You have to do these things you like. Think about it long term. Health and fitness, I know you've heard it all before, but it's like it's a long distance run. Ugh, I hate running, but I'm going to use that as an example. You can't sprint in a long distance run. You got to take your time and you have to stick to it and you're going to succeed. For example, as I said, I'm not a fan of running. So for the past 3 months, I've been trying to run. I am one of those statistics because I just needed to do something. Ran about 6 times and I was like, why am I doing this? I like the feeling after I do because I'm like, yes, accomplishment, but I don't really enjoy it. So I've had so much time to do it, to perfect it, but I didn't do it. So why? But for the past 7 years, I've been consistently strength training. Why? Because I enjoy it. When you enjoy something, it doesn't feel like a chore. I'm going to repeat this. Get out your pen, get out your notes and write it down. When you enjoy something, it doesn't feel like a chore. So how does that look like with food and gelato? Well, calories are definitely important. They are important. And when you get your head around them and start to understand, then you can do anything. You actually don't even have to exercise if you don't want to, and you're still going to lose weight. This is in terms of fat loss. Okay. Obviously, it's going to expedite it with exercise. You're going to get stronger. You're going to increase lean muscle. You're going to be overall fitter. Your biomarkers are going to improve blood pressure, cholesterol, all that stuff. Obviously, granted, it won't be the healthiest way if you just lose weight. But it definitely, adding all the exercise will definitely improve all those different components I mentioned before. So This is a little quick podcast. It's a quick one. I just need to get you a little bit. I just need to get into your ear and help you out. And hopefully in the next, month or so, we'll be out of lockdown and some of this stuff that I've told you will resonate. Okay. So here are my top tips on how to incorporate the things you love to eat into your diet. Okay. Get ready. Number one, get rid of good and bad foods out of your head. I don't even know where that came from. The good and bad notion. That is good, that is bad. Like who labels that? Is there a book out there that says good and bad things for you? Because everybody is different. I know within myself that if I have too much dairy, it's no good. And it doesn't react well with me. But I can have like yogurt, I can have anything like soured till the cows come home. Maybe it was the best analogy, but I'm good with that. I'm good with lots of plants. I'm amazing. If I don't have that, I don't feel good. And that brings me to the next point. Number 2, eat a salad with protein. There's nothing wrong with a mad salad. Like, get lots of plants in there. Make it tasty. It doesn't have to be boring. Lemon, salt, olive oil. Sometimes I'll make like a mustardy kind of thickish sauce. Tastes mad. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but make sure you bump it up. Because, for example, if you decided to go out with friends and you had breakfast and it was like a really good breakfast, the egg, you got the bacon, you got this and that, mad coffee and stuff like that, that's a pretty solid breakfast. And then you're going back home and you're going to go out for dinner. So you're like, I don't want to be too full, or I just want to, just be mindful of the, the amount of like high calorie foods I'm going to be consuming, because I'm going to go out for dinner and I'm going to have a wine. I want to enjoy myself. So I'm going to have a mad salad, big one with protein, lean protein to keep me fuller for longer. And there's my little hacks. Those are little hacks that you can have in your toolbox to make you succeed and not be in your head so often, and not be so sensitive that when you're flicking through social media and you see someone having the protein porridge and then you feel like, I got to have that. I got to go go and buy the protein because I got to do that and got to be like cool because that's what they do, because they're really skinny and they've got abs, but you don't know how many days that they train, other stuff that they do. Enhancements, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You don't know what you don't know. So eat a salad with protein. Okay, keep it simple. Number 3, have easy, no cook, no brain power go-to foods. When you are working and you are inundated and you forget to eat, okay, because it happens, by the time you hit lunchtime or dinner, you are exhausted. The last thing you want to do is do a fabulous Arabian 3-course meal. Okay, that's the last thing you want to do. Before, I thought it was cool. Now, not so cool. I want it quick, but I want to enjoy what I eat. So one of my go-tos for lunch that I really enjoy is I do like a wrap. I get turkey from the deli, like shaved turkey, put that in, lettuce, a really nice mayo that I got the Nando's peri peri. That's delicious. Put a bit of mushroom in it. And eat it. That's enough protein for me. Sometimes I put tuna in it. Sometimes I'll have 2, depending on how hungry I am, if I've missed breakfast. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with carbs. There's nothing wrong with this type of carbohydrates, carbs in general. And there's nothing wrong with quick, no brain power go-tos, because they're your go-tos and you don't have to think about it and you don't have to stress, and you don't have to overeat. Okay. And that's the big thing. Overeating because you're still hungry and everything tastes good. Okay. Number 4, sit down and enjoy the gelato. How many times have you rushed when you were eating your food? You're rushing, you're breathing in air, your digestion's all over the place because you're like rushing and you're a bit anxious. Dude, sit down, be present. Okay. Take 5 minutes. Put your phone aside and enjoy it. If you're going to take the time out to go and enjoy a gelato, bloody enjoy it. Don't be so stressed about it. If you're worried that, you had a gelato the other day and you still wanted to eat ice cream, paddle pops are awesome. Billabong, paddle pops are also, they're at like 95 calories. I think I have one every day because I like it. I enjoy it and it works well for me and it keeps me sane. Okay, instead of usually having my 2 scoops of gelato. Be present, sit down and enjoy it. And the last one, number 5, calorie counting is definitely a good idea. Why? It gives you it gives you the numbers and makes you understand that, number 1, if you want to have Nutella, you can have Nutella. Okay. And number 2, probably like your average, your usual serving of Nutella is probably a little bit bigger than the the normal kind of flat teaspoon of Nutella on toast or something like that. So it's a great idea to be aware of portions when you're having something, because then you're not going to go a couple of weeks without having something and then you end up gorging yourself. And there goes that empty jar of Nutella, okay, with a little bit of residue at the bottom, and you kind of put it in the cupboard. Not saying I did that. Actually, no, I've never done that. I probably could do that, but that's probably not really healthy to have a jar full of Nutella and then probably going to feel really bad with that. You're not going to feel great actually physically, because that's a lot. That's actually super sweet and a lot. But look, those are my top 5 tips, not 10, about how to incorporate gelato in your everyday. Get down to the foundation, get down to the basics. You will definitely succeed. And there's there's not always one size that fits all, and it takes time. Like, it takes time to perfect this and get better at it, and try and take out the noise of all the information out there about diets and no, you can't have this, no, you can't do that. Go back to your foundations, eat your salads, get rid of good and bad, have an easy, no cook, no brain power foods to go to, sit down and enjoy the gelato, count some calories, and understand that you can have Nutella in your diet, probably not a jar full. My name is Sally. Thank you for listening. Have a lovely day, and I hope this helps.